Hey, how's it going? How's everybody? I'm Sandy. Welcome to Hook Crochet. I wanted to make a video and tell you, first of all, my goodness, it's been a while since I've made a video. I've been on paternity leave. Got a new puppy, and so that is consuming a lot of my time because I'm trying to train him as best I can. I'm not a professional trainer, but I've had many dogs and I'm doing my best. There's lots of YouTube videos out there. I know I have been tagged by Lisa and David. Lisa is from Lady Bird Loves, David from David Browning, and Lisa tagged me. She wanted me, she challenged me to make a video talking about 10 non-yarny things about me. So I'm gonna do that. Then David tagged me in 10 yarny questions. So one is non-yarny, one is yarny. What should I do first? Should I do yarny first? 10 yarny questions. Now these are, okay. So first question, this is tagged by David Browning. So it's, I think it started with Bag O' Day Crochet with Crystal. What is my favorite color yarn? My favorite color yarn, right away, this one. This is Kaleidoscope by Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. I love this color yarn. It's just so, you know, I like all kinds of colors. I like red, I like green, I like blue, I like grays, I like browns, I like, you know, a nice black color, but not for yarn. I like black in clothing, but not for yarn. But I just like, I like color, purple. Oh my gosh, all the colors. So this, I mean, this one doesn't have purple, but I really like this color yarn. Second, close second is a yarn, same brand of yarn. It's called Tangerine Bubblegum. It's a pink. If you're ever in Hobby Lobby, Tangerine Bubblegum. That's a cute color of yarn. I have it, but I didn't, it's somewhere in my Yarniverse. Okay, my favorite weight of yarn, of course, it's a 4 worsted weight. I mean, I don't like to work with anything lighter than a 4. I can, but I don't often. I do tend to triple, maybe quadruple my 4 worsted weight when I make baskets. So I like the 4. Favorite style yarn. Well, I think I know what that means. My favorite style yarn is like it's a cake. Is that, or is it like, maybe, does it mean like, do I like fluffy or eyelash yarn or, no, well, I just like regular yarn. I like when it comes in a cake like this. So I don't know if that's what that means, but I just like regular yarn, regular, like, is it the same as what's your favorite weight of yarn? I don't know, just regular yarn. Favorite fiber yarn is, I mean, my favorite fiber yarn, I like bamboo yarn. I mean, there's acrylic, that's my go-to. That's what I use the most, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is, you know, just something exquisite, something expensive. You know, don't always work with it because sometimes I just want to crochet just to crochet, and you don't take a nice silky yarn or expensive wool yarn and just crochet a granny square with it. So that is the answer for that. My favorite brand of yarn is Hobby Lobby Soft and Sleek. It's a low pill acrylic. It's very nice acrylic. For acrylic, it seems like high end. For Hobby Lobby, it's quite expensive, But I mean, if you get it on sale, it's not gonna break you. Now, if you were gonna make a big blanket with this yarn, it would cost you quite a lot. But it's a nice yarn. It's like I was saying, it's not anti-pill, it's low pill. So you know what happens when you use a blanket made of yarn, wash it and use it again and wash it. It starts pilling. Well, this is low pill, so it's really nice. Really nice yarn. My favorite, what does that say? I can't even read my own writing. Look at that. My favorite brand of yarn that's not easy to get. It's called Kobasi. Ever hear of it? Kobasi Plus. Ko is for cotton. Ba, B-A, it's for bamboo. C, S-I, stands for silk. And the plus, it's got some, I believe, nylon in it. It's actually got more nylon than silk. But it's very nice yarn. I have it right here. I started a project. It's very lovely yarn. It's not sold at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It's sold in, you know, local yarn shops. You can't get it online. And that brings me to my next question. My favorite online store. I'm sorry, I don't have one. I don't shop a lot online. The only time I shopped online for yarn was when I got an Amazon gift card. So I got yarn with it. And then when the pandemic started, all the yarn shops were closed. All of them were closed. Like the only place you could get yarn in person was Walmart. So Hobby Lobby was closed, Joann's was closed, Michael's was closed. I mean, it was a pickup only, so you couldn't go in there. So everything had to be online. But other than that, I don't shop online for yarn. And then my favorite brick and mortar store. Okay, that's easy. That's I live in Chicago area, just outside the city, but there's a suburb out here. It's called St. Charles. Maybe you've heard of it. It's kind of famous now that Mark Wahlberg and his bride live there. Jenny McCarthy, I think, and she's from Chicago too. So, but St. Charles has a nice little old-fashioned-y part of the city, and one of the stores is a yarn store. It's called Wool and Company, and the mascot is a sheep. It's just a nice store. And before COVID, they used to have like this round, like not round, it was like a dining room table in the middle of the store where you could come and work on your project. It was very homey and just clean store, nice location, and the ladies know what they're doing. That's my favorite brick and mortar store. I don't go there often because it's, I'd say about 45 minutes from my house, but you know, since my husband likes to bird watch, all I have to do is say, let's go to St. Charles, and he's like, fine, there's birds out there too. So, but I don't go there a lot because I just don't have money coming out of my ears to buy yarn. And even if I did have money coming out of my ears, I have enough yarn. Okay, so next question is, do you keep scrap yarn, and for what? So that's a two-parter. Do I keep scrap yarn? Yes, of course. I keep scrap yarn. I used to keep every little scrap. Now I don't as much because I have these glass jars full of little balls of scrap yarn, and not only in the glass jars, but I have baskets full of them. And I started a scrap can, which, okay, let me see. Jada and Stitches made one. She took 2 strands of yarn, 2 solids, a light and a dark. She put them together, and she did a half double crochet blanket, and every time she ran out of that scrap, she put on another one. I'll put the link to that video where she made that. You're gonna like it. So that's what I did with some of my scrap yarn. It's a very warm blanket. I'm still working. I'm not finished. Although I think I want to start another one, because that one I started was kind of, I used a bigger hook, and I think I could do a much better job with another one. I have a lot of yarn to do it. My favorite project to do is a big, beautiful basket. That is also from Jada and Stitches. That's one of the first videos I've ever seen on yarn, is the big, beautiful basket. And I made over 30 baskets in about 2 years. So I really like making that. Maybe I've made more than 30 baskets. I don't know. But, and this is a weird question. So my last project, if I knew this was going to be my last project to crochet, and I was never going to crochet again, what would it be? Now, that's just a crazy, that's the most hypothetical question I've ever been asked. But I have always wanted to try the Phoenix square. That looks complicated. There is a video on it, although the teaching style of the person doing the video doesn't match my learning style. So there's a pattern. I'm not good with reading patterns yet, but I would like to try the Phoenix. It's got a lot of rounds. So if it's my last project, then it will keep me busy for a long, many months. Well, now that I don't have a lot of time to crochet, it would take me many months. Before pre-puppy days, I had more time to crochet, and I'd probably be finished with it in 6 weeks, maybe less. I don't know. All right, so those are the 10 Yarny questions. Now, part 2 is 10 non-Yarny things about me. All right, ready? Let's keep track. Okay. Number one, non-Yarny thing. I used to be a kindergarten teacher a long time ago. I taught the little kids, 5 years old, first day of school. Back then, they didn't really have preschool. And if they did have preschool, I taught that too. So I had preschool, kindergarten at the same time. So I got the kids on their very first day, very first experience with school. So every first day of school, crying, learning names, getting the rules down. It was quite, I kind of got thrown into that career for a few years, and it turned out it wasn't for me. It's not for everybody. I did like it. I learned a lot about kids, but oh my gosh, I had no aid in that school. It was a full day program. Lots of rules in that school because it was connected to a church. So we were strict with the dress code and the language and things that you can watch on TV and things that you're allowed to talk about. Maybe that's why I decided it wasn't for me. Maybe if it wasn't for all the rules that I had to adhere to, I would have stuck with it longer. But the rules just, it was too many rules for me as a teacher, even outside of my job, I had to make sure I had to go to every church service and not miss any church and make sure, oh God, it was just too much. Anyway, that's number one. Okay, number two, let me write this down. Number two, I love dogs. I think this is not a surprise, but I love dogs. I love puppies. I love dogs. I love big dogs. I love little dogs. I love mostly dogs with short hair. I just love dogs. I just do. I can't say I've always loved dogs, but after I got the puppy fever, oh my gosh, I was sucked into that doggy dog world. I love dogs. Okay, number 3. Do you know that I cannot tolerate anything spicy? I know I'm of Hispanic heritage, I guess you could say. But no, I cannot eat jalapenos. I can't eat salsa. I can't eat, you know, spicy meat. Nothing. The Tabasco sauce, the chile, nothing. Tapatio, no. I mean, I have it. I have it. See, I have all the sauces right there. I'm in the kitchen. But those are for my husband. He puts sauce on everything. I can't tolerate any of that. It's just, you know, very hot. Even if I eat like something like Doritos, oh, and my mouth is like, oh, I need some water. I need some water. So it's kind of spicy for me, even just a regular Dorito. That brings me to my next fact about me. So I mentioned I was Hispanic. So I'm half Mexican and half Arabian. So that's how you get Sandy. If you were ever wondering, now you know. Half Mexican, half Arabian. Now, part B of that is that, you know, my husband is Filipino. So my poor kids, my gosh, there are 3 things. But I will tell you that my stepdad was Italian. And so growing up, I was taught a lot of Italian cultural things, like the cooking and just the music. So I have I guess a little bit of Italian in me, you know. So a lot of culture, and I cook all those meals. I cook Mexican food. I cook Arabian food, Middle Eastern food. I cook Italian food. Filipino dishes I can do, and just good old-fashioned regular American food. So it's never a dull moment in the kitchen. All right, so that was 4, right? Okay, so 5. I am addicted to the AM news, the local AM news. The Chicago, we have what we call it WGN, Channel 9. I love my news people. I've been watching them for 27 years, I believe, or 26, I don't know. But I've been watching them for a long time. Same people, too. Same weather guy, same lead anchor. And then the traffic lady, she got bumped to the lead anchor, the woman anchor. So same people. And I wake up in the morning and I have to turn them on. So, and I really don't appreciate anybody calling me at that hour while I'm watching my news. So that is number 5. Number 6. Number 6. Okay, I love puzzles. I love number puzzles like Sudoku. I love those puzzles. I love word puzzles like Words with Friends. I love picture puzzles like find the differences in 2 pictures. I love those puzzles. I guess that's the only reason why I can still function brain wise, because I keep exercising my brain. But I guess if I didn't do those puzzles, I don't know, my brain would turn into mush. But I like those puzzles. I like to figure out things. I like mysteries. I like to find things, you know. if someone says, I'm missing my wallet, I'm missing my keys, my glasses, I will volunteer to look for that if I'm with you in real life. If we were over the phone, I'd say, look under your bed, look in the fridge, look in the cabinets, look in the bathroom. You know, I love to find things. I love to figure things out. Okay. That is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, number 7. Number 7. I love Seinfeld, the show Seinfeld. I've been watching that show since he first started in 1989. I remember watching that. I was in high school and I'm like, what's this show? And I started watching it and I thought it was funny. And I kept on watching it. Nobody knew who he was. And then the show got more and more popular. By the end of the series, by then I had 2 kids and I was married and had 2 kids. And I was devastated that they finished the show. But, you know, everything's got to come to an end. I mean, it would be nice to have a reunion, but I do love my Seinfeld. I know that Friends was kind of like, not a spin-off, but kind of like a copycat thing of Seinfeld. And it became probably more popular than Seinfeld. But my go-to is Seinfeld. And if I had to choose between Seinfeld and Friends, Seinfeld. Yes. All right. No. Number 8. I used to have braces. Long time ago. My teeth were so crooked. Oh my gosh. I had like layers of teeth. It's so bad. It's a dominant thing in my family. A lot of us have crooked teeth, and so we have to have braces. So it was no shock when I was told that I needed braces. In fact, I was glad because I couldn't stand. I would giggle like this. My teeth were so bad. So I had braces. Not really an exciting fact about me, but I just thought you should know. And number 9, back when I had my first son, I had a severe case of postpartum depression. Very severe. Like not just a little sniffles, like sobbing a little bit, but like really, I was scared. I was sad. I was, lack of sleep. And yeah, I was just scared of everything. I was scared of everything. And I didn't know what to do. My life like changed. And so I freaked out. But I think, the hormone, it could happen to anybody. I don't think that. I know that. The hormones, if your hormones drop too fast, too soon, because I got it right away. I got it like within minutes of giving birth. And it lasted for quite a while. So, but that's not really a fun fact, is it? It's interesting, but nothing that I like to remember fondly. And that brings me to my last one, number 10. I have quite a severe case of OCD. I guess it would be worse if I wasn't on medicine for it, but my OCD is kind of serious, and it plays into this germaphobe thing. I don't like to be dirty. I don't like to get dirty. I don't like to have things dirty. I don't like when things are out of place. And before my medicine, I wouldn't be able to live with things out of place. I couldn't function if something were out of place. So, like, imagine you're trying to put everything in its place all the time. When do you have time to actually do what you need to do, like cook or go to work or shower or go to school or talk to a person? because everything has to be lined up and perfectly straight. That's a lot of energy. And I mean, let's face it, when you have kids, you can't really live like that. So you must be on, you have to be on medication to help yourself with that. Well, I had to, because I mean, with kids, things are going to get dirty and messy and stinky and crummy. Lots of crumbs everywhere. So, I mean, just the baby food. When you feed them baby food, it gets all over. So, I could be worse, but thank God for the medicine. So, if any of you out there are feeling like you maybe are a little bit disturbed by things too much, and it's interrupting your life and your lifestyle, consider going on some medication if you're advised by your doctor. A lot of people are advised to go on medication by their doctor and they refuse because of the stigma. But I'm telling you, my life is much better with my medication. I live with 3 bears. And they are very messy boys. All 3 of my bears are messy. And, you know, there's levels. I have the least messy boy, you know, and the most messy boy. And then the one in between. The bear in between. Okay? So, I got the least messy boy on this level. He's pretty neat. But, I mean, he's still a boy. And then I got this guy. He's really bad. And then I got this guy. He's really, really, really bad. And if those of you out there are watching, know my family, you know which bear is the really messy one. Ugh. Anyway, so those are the 10 non-Yarny things about me. And before that, you had the 10 questions to the 10 Yarny. You had the answers to the 10 Yarny questions. And that was because I was tagged by Lisa and David. And I'm going to go ahead and disappoint you guys a little bit, because I'm not going to tag anybody, because I have not watched a lot of YouTubes lately. I can watch a couple of videos once in a while, but lately I have been off of my computer because I've been just pouring my energy into training this puppy, because I don't want to mess him up. You know, you can really make a lot of mistakes with the dog, and I don't want to do that. And of course, I know I am. I know I'm not doing everything perfect, but I really want to give it the old college try, you know. So I've been off my computer a lot, unfortunately, but I plan to, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can actually be away from my puppy longer periods of time now, and it's wonderful. You know, it's wonderful because, you know, he's very if he doesn't see me in the room, he would start whining. And I you know, finally trained him to live without me. But anyway, okay, so there's that, and I will be seeing you in the future. And in the meantime, take care and stay safe.